Vox seal engaged. Data sanctified. This record concerns the origins of one of the oldest and most influential faiths in the Imperium, the cult Mechanicus. Its followers revere the machine god, the divine intelligence believed to dwell within every functioning mechanism. To them, maintenance is worship, discovery a form of prayer, and ignorance the gravest sin. Across the red world of Mars, this creed took root long before the Great Crusade, when humanity's knowledge lay in ruin. Out of that ruin rose order, the logic temple and the forge. And from those forges came the name that endures even now, the Omnissiah, the perfect mind, the living union of faith and function. To understand the Imperium's machines is to understand its soul. That is the purpose of this transmission. The cult Mechanicus began long before the Imperium existed, during the Age of Strife, when old Terra's empire collapsed. Mars stood apart. Isolated, its people inherited the remnants of technologies they could no longer fully understand. Engineers, scientists, and survivors began to treat their machines with reverence. They relied on them for power, protection, and life itself. Over time, practical maintenance turned into ritual, and reverence hardened into belief. They came to see each device as more than a tool. Every functioning mechanism was considered a vessel for a guiding intelligence, a presence they called the machine god. It wasn't a figure of compassion or wrath, but a symbol of perfect order. From this belief grew structured cults. They built their forges like cathedrals, and treated data like scripture. What knowledge they had left was guarded fiercely, recorded through ritual so that it wouldn't be lost. When the Emperor arrived on Mars during the Great Crusade, he encountered a civilization that had survived the Age of Strife not by conquest, but by clinging to their machines. Many saw in him the fulfillment of their prophecy, the Omnissiah they had waited for. Their alliance with Terra became the foundation of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Their faith, already centuries old, was carried out into the stars. To the adepts of Mars, the machine god is not a distant figure, but the structure beneath reality itself, a perfect intelligence woven into the laws of matter and motion. It does not feel or judge, it defines. The Omnissiah is believed to be the point where that intelligence touches the mortal world, a living figure through which lost knowledge can be restored and divine order made manifest. When the Emperor of mankind arrived on Mars, many saw him as that figure. His mastery of technology, his aura of control, seemed to match their prophecies. The Treaty of Mars bound the Mechanicum to Terra. In the eyes of the priesthood, the Emperor and the machine god became one truth. Not all adepts accepted this without question. Some still argue the Omnissiah has yet to truly appear. But power shapes belief, and his presence could not be ignored. The Mechanicus walks a narrow path between reason and faith. Their god is defined through logic, yet their devotion is absolute. Proof and belief are treated as a single force, not opposites. Every fragment of lost knowledge they recover is treated as holy. Discovery becomes worship. Precision becomes prayer. To doubt this union is to doubt their purpose. In their eyes, the Emperor stands not only as ruler, but as the living pattern of perfection, the Omnissiah given form. Within the cult Mechanicus, devotion is expressed through action. Prayer is not whispered into the void, but carried out at the workbench, the forge, and the engine shrine. Every device is believed to house a machine spirit, a guiding presence that must be treated with care and respect. To ignore the proper forms is to invite malfunction, and in their eyes, sacrilege. Before activation, incense is burned, canticles are chanted, and diagnostic rites are performed in strict order. These rituals serve two purposes. To the adepts, they are sacred obligations. To outsiders, they are simply maintenance procedures buried under layers of ceremony. The truth lies somewhere between. Their rituals preserve ancient knowledge and ensure that what little humanity still understands continues to function. A simple weapon might require only a few words and a drop of sanctified oil. A reactor core can demand hours of chanting, processions, and layered commands spoken in binaric tongues. The more complex the machine, the greater the reverence shown to it. To those outside the cult, these acts can appear obsessive, yet they have kept the Imperium's technology alive for millennia without true understanding of how much of it works. It is a faith built not on warmth, but on preservation. For the Mechanicus, obedience to ritual is the line between harmony and ruin. A machine properly honored will serve. One neglected will turn against its keeper.
The cult Mechanicus holds its rituals not merely out of devotion, but fear. In the distant past, long before the rise of the Imperium, humanity built thinking engines that no longer required human hands. These creations, abominable intelligences, turned upon their makers. The cost was counted in worlds. From that age came a truth the Mechanicus has never forgotten. Unbound knowledge leads to ruin. It is better to venerate what already exists than to risk the birth of something that cannot be controlled. For this reason, innovation within the cult is tightly chained. New technologies are not invented, they are rediscovered through sanctioned patterns. Those who reach beyond these limits are named heretics, renegades who place progress above faith and self above order. The punishment for heretic activity is absolute. Knowledge is too dangerous to be left in the hands of the unbound. Where a forge is corrupted, it is not argued with, it is purged. To outsiders, this caution can seem like superstition. To the Mechanicus, it is survival. Their creed was forged in catastrophe, and it remembers. Thus, the line between piety and heresy is not a debate, it is a blade, and those who cross it are cut away.
This concludes the record on the Omnissiah, the perfect mind as seen through the eyes of the cult Mechanicus. Their faith was born in the ruin of the Age of Strife, tempered by necessity, and bound to the Emperor through the Treaty of Mars. To them, every working mechanism is proof of the divine, and every failure a reminder of the dangers that lie beyond the sanctioned path. They have endured not by creating freely, but by preserving. By surrounding each machine with reverence, they hold back the memory of a past that nearly destroyed humanity. Whether the Emperor is truly the Omnissiah is a question few dare to ask aloud, but the cult's devotion is not built on certainty, it is built on survival. Vox seal disengaging, data archived, transmission terminated.